Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. Largest supplier of rock salt for Long Island and serves the entire New York, New Jersey, Connecticut tri-state area. Although, admittedly, there hasn't been much need for it so far. But they still have all the great snow and ice melt products like Mag Pelido for when the time comes, and it will come eventually. And in case you need a new snowblower or any other winter weather supplies to get you through storms, they've got them. 631-756-1125 is the telephone number. Nowhere can you find better prices. And the website is omnitruevalue.com. So as we move ahead, I just want to let you know that the Joe and Joe Weather Show is going to be back. And it will be back on Sunday. We are going to have a show tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, which is our usual start time for our Sunday show. Meanwhile, taking a look at the satellite loop, just going to make myself a little bit smaller. No doubt in the east, it's a miserable day so far with a lot of clouds. We have a weather front and a low that is going by to our north and a lot of warm air moving up the eastern seaboard, and that has set us up for some rain and some showers. And the radar, at least at midday, the rain areas are kind of blotchy, but we are going to see areas to the south and west start to blossom up, particularly the rain you see here in Virginia and North Carolina as it moves northeastward. That's going to start to overspread the area later this afternoon and through the first part of tonight. If this times out the way I think it will, we'll probably see much of the rain coming to an end right around midnight. So keep your fingers crossed on that. Meanwhile, we do have some showers and even a couple of thunderstorms that are bubbling up in the southeast and over parts of Florida. And in California, the rains just continue to come in from off the ocean, and we've got heavy rains today going on in much of Northern California around the San Francisco area. And there's going to be quite a bit more rain to speak of over the next 7 days. If you look at WPC's liquid precip map here, out in the west, and particularly in California, we're talking about several to many inches up and down the entire state, including Southern California, including Los Angeles, and even down to San Diego area could see a couple of inches of rain, and it will be heavy snow in the mountains. We've got snow issues in the central Rockies with anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to as much as a couple of inches of melted liquid precip. In the Gulf states and southeast, it's about 1.5 inches to as much as 3 inches of rain forecast in the next 7 days. And in the Northeast, it's about 1/2 to maybe 3/4 of an inch as we've got a couple of weather systems that are going to be moving along. In the meantime, the probability of at least 2 inches of snow over the next 72 hours is mainly in Colorado and Wyoming, and also western Colorado in particular. We have a fairly high probability here of at least 2, extending into parts of Nebraska and parts of South Dakota. Also, you see in the Sierra Nevadas showing a high probability of at least 2, and we could jump over to 8. And there are areas here in northwestern Nebraska, southwestern South Dakota, across into Wyoming, and in Colorado, mainly west of Denver, where we have 50% or higher probabilities of at least 8 inches of snow. But as far as the east is concerned, I can just shift it over, and you can see there's no probability of snow here in the next 72 hours. And even in the long range, as we take a look, this is for Tuesday into Wednesday, Wednesday into Thursday, 10 to 30% chance up in northern Maine. Thursday into Friday, there's nothing. And then on Saturday, WPC has got a small area of 10 to 30% covering southeastern New England. And we'll see if that winds up playing out. Confidence level here is not terribly high. So as we take a look at what the models are doing here, and we'll take you through the next week or so with regards to that. And let me just set this map up for you so you can see the rain for this afternoon into tonight. This is at 7 o'clock tonight, but by 1 a.m., the back edge is all the way out to almost Boston and Cape Cod. So sometime figure between At 10 p.m. and midnight, that rain is going to be ending from west to east and moving right along. That should lead us to a much better day on New Year's Day. I think we'll have some sunshine, a few patchy clouds, and temperatures that'll be in the mid 50s to low 60s. And then as we move into Monday, it should be a fairly decent day with some clouds around and maybe some sun too, and temperatures mostly in the 50s. Here comes the next weather system for Tuesday. There'll be a warm front going by to our north and west. It might be a couple of showers with that in northeastern Pennsylvania, maybe northern New Jersey to southern New England, and points north sometime Tuesday morning. Then we get into the warm air, which will take temperatures up probably into the 60s in some places before a cold front comes through with a chance for some showers later Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. Now, that front's going to stall. We'll probably have a wave develop on it, and that'll bring up some rain Wednesday night into Thursday. And oftentimes when that happens, the wave is just it's one and done, and the wave moves out, and we see improving weather conditions. Models are continuing to kind of hold on to that stalled front off the southeast coast and tries to bring up another low. And by the time we get to the end of the week, we are going to have some colder air around. I don't know if it's going to be enough to produce anything more than a cold rain, maybe some snow in elevated areas inland. But we'll see what happens. We'll just keep an eye on this as it moves along, and then dry weather to follow for the first full weekend of the month of January 2023. So weather in 5 is brought to you by, just give me a second here, and okay. Getting stuck here. Last day, some technical errors. Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. 631-756-1125 is the phone number, and the website is omnitruevalue.com. The Joe and Joe Weather Show, as we said, we're going to start the new year off right with a show tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. Happy New Year. Stay safe. And we'll see you tomorrow in 2023.